G'day, Captain Australia, kind of. You can tell by the hat. Hello, kangaroos. Hey, Captain Australia. I am at something beach, something nice little town. I've gotten caught chatting to locals and whatever. Used that as a chance to let my feet have a rest. I probably still about 25k out of Byron Bay, and Callum says hi. Hey Callum, how you doing? Um, I think I'm going to throw the old army boots on and do a hard push for Byron. It's just after midday now, so 25k. If I can churn it out with a good pace, should take me. Sorry, battery one. Uh, should take me. I'm losing my confidence. I'm out of my depth in predicting time here. I've done a long walk down the beach to get where I am now. Still got 25 to go, and I think I'll divert onto the roads. Well, I have to, because up ahead there's a town called Brunswick Heads, I think, something like that. But there's an inlet that you don't have continuous beach access it through to Byron Bay. So I will go follow the roads. I won't put the flag up or anything. And sorry, someone. Uh, Hi, champ, says Tracy. Hey, how you doing? Okay, sorry. Like the new captain, oh yeah, the hat's great. And when you got these lovely ocean breezes coming in, I fell I fell asleep on the beach. Only for 20 minutes on the walk down. It's just lovely. It's so refreshing and nourishing. So I am now headed for Byron Bay. I want to get there tonight. The locals have warned me that they're under threat of a lockdown, but I get the feeling that that's been the case for a long time, and yet there's still this sense of volatility. So I think they've got some increasing case numbers down there, like a couple of hundred cases today. So I'm all double vaxxed and all of that, but a lockdown would throw me pretty far out of my reckoning. So I thought about just skirting Byron completely and heading for Lennox Head, which is a lovely beach town just further south. And that's one strategy, but I mean, I don't know. That seems leaning into, letting fear and avoidance and all of that make decisions for me. So yeah, I'm all full up on water. There's the old water bottle, so I'm leaning against a rock. Uh, so yeah, just chilling out, letting the feet rest up. So I do have a couple of like pre-blisters, and I have had a little bit of chafing, but nothing too bad. And I'm pretty robust in after a good sleep and a bit of a clean up, bouncing back from these things. So far everything's going okay, except for my pace is less than I'd like. But I don't think there's any reason to be too distressed about that. I'll just keep pushing forwards. Uh, Somebody had done a little bit of math and said that even just going 30k a day, I can be at Sydney for Australia Day. That sounds like a nice time to arrive. So I might lower my personal self expectations and set that as the benchmark. But I have previously. I'm struggling now, but I have previously quite enjoyed just letting myself go when I walk. Right now with this continuous day after day after day, it's a little harder to find that groove. Take one step at a time. You're doing amazing. Oh, thank you very much, Tracy. I appreciate all the kind words and the encouragement. And like, if anything, uh, where you say and when you say take it easy, if anything, it has the opposite effect on me. Because it's sort of like it's like galvanized, So you're like, take it easy, don't worry, you'll be fine. You're doing great, etc. And I'm like, all right, I have to show I'm here to play, And I am. I do want to churn this out. Also because I'm missing my kids and wife something fierce. Lose the expectations and enjoy the ride. You're right though. So this is about spiritual healing. I just had a lovely chat to a fellow named Peter. I uploaded a photo of him. He was a bit shy at first, but we ended up talking about just about everything under the sky, really. Um, and for me, the spiritual component of this, I have to keep that front and center because I'm processing. I don't know, things even that have been inside me since childhood, really, and I'm repeating a walk that I did as a child. But there's this sense of, I don't know, like letting go and learning at the same time. So yeah, it's weird, and I know I'm just walking and I'm dressed like a fool. It's not like there's maybe if I had a monk's robe on, it'd have more credibility to it. But I yeah, I feel genuinely as though this is a time for me to not just effect a self repair, but to rebuild, and that all of these conversations that I have a gravity to them. So when I meet someone and we talk, like the homeless couple last night, Heath and Lisa, this guy Peter just now, yeah, there's an extra resonance to the things that we talk about, and it helps me kind of reshape. Because Peter said that I carry too much responsibility, and he's right. I mean, I'm the oldest son of three boys of a single mother who struggled with addiction. And I think I learned too early to deal with responsibility and stuff like that. I don't blame. It's not like, this is terrible. It's more of an insight around perhaps my sense of responsibility is not, you know, it's not an altogether natural thing. It's not an altogether positive thing because it comes from trauma. So maybe that's something to let go a little bit as well. Be more chill, go day to day, and don't fret so much about, like, because I explained that one of the biggest things, and I've said it to you, uh, that I struggled with my own fight with cancer was the idea of abandoning my children. The idea that I would, if I didn't fight hard enough, if I, weren't strong enough, and the cancer took me, they'd be left without me because I believe I'm a good father, and uh, you know, we live in the light of each other's love. So absent that, their pathway would darken, and that filled me with grief and guilt and remorse. And this guy Peter, he said, "Well, I understand that you feel that way, but that's an outcome entirely outside of your control. So you can't carry the accountability for it." And it was such a simple thing. Like the weight of it, he said that the weight of it is, it's fate. Like if you survive, you don't survive. If you're hit by a car tomorrow, at the end of the day, your children are alive and well, and you've loved them up until this moment. And I will love them until the day I die. My last breath will have their names. And Jenny, I love you too. But the boys, this guilt that I carry about my boys, um, I learned today, the sixth day of the big walk. Sorry, I'm crying. That thing in me, which I don't know, if anything, I would see as a character strength, uh, isn't really. It grows from trauma, and it's better to replace it with something more balanced, something pure. And the love is there. The love is there, something hard. The love it. So, the constructs in my identity as who I am as a human being. Um, my job is to not let any past trauma impact the lives of those kids, and that can mean also like weird distortions. So my sense of responsibility might be a weird distortion in my personality. So yeah, I don't know. Probably that sounds probably like gibberish to anybody who hasn't been through the exact set of preconditions that I have. But yeah, I'd want to try and share these things as best I can, but because your kind words are telling me that there's people getting something from it. So but this one might be more. arcane and specific to me, sorry. But it's an insight that is exactly the kind of thing that I came walking looking for. The personal healing, personal growth component of the big walk. Please, you are not in control of life and the hand you're dealt. Yeah, no, you're right. And that's a fundamental thing. And you'd go, Doi, Simon, why, and that's the point, I guess. Whether I'm in, whether I'm in control or not, parked to one side, I felt like a grim accountability, a responsibility for an outcome completely outside of my control, and that inflicted on me grief, which I feel that I've processed, but um, yeah, it all grows out of this predisposition to take responsibility, and taking responsibility is a good thing generally, but anything that is compulsive or not grounded in like just absolute rationality is less so. Anyway, old man ramble. So that's a lesson for me that I had today, and I thought I'd share. I am going to chuck on the boots. Oh, I've got some. Do you want to see my gross feet? You don't want to see my gross feet. You really don't want to see my gross feet. I've got a bit of a blister going on. Should I document my blister? Somebody tell me not to show you my blister. Uh, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're showing the blister. Here we go. Let's turn that camera around. Flippity flip. Grief has a way of hiding in the nooks and crannies. So you're not wrong. Okay. Sorry, I've got a smile and a look. Sorry, it's this toe here. My toenails are getting a bit wonky too. Hang on, I have to remove the camera from the tripod so we can have a look. With all the gear I've got on, wait, rotate your phone. Sorry, Facebook. There we go. I don't know if you can see that there on the tip of the pinky. Second from the pinky. There we go. We've got a nice big blister. Not painful. It's fine. It'll harden into a callus probably. I just have to make sure I don't get an infection. But there you go. There's a nice bit of grossness to lighten your lunchtime. But yeah, because I've been going slower and trying to compensate, I've been making foolish choices, and the wet weather, wet boots, wet socks. So I need to find a laundromat, probably at Byron Bay. We'll hook that up, get a nice meal, and then move on south. So I will continue to do my best to share. And if you have any comments about that might help guide me, every night I try to go through and answer or love or hate or laugh or whatever at your comments, because I appreciate you very much. I appreciate uh, your kindness especially is very nourishing, and it's helping me to tackle some stuff that I'm just trying to figure out. But yeah, old man ramble. Sorry. So okay, Governor Australia's Big Walk. What is it? My name's Simon. I'm a little bit strange. I chose to walk from Brisbane to Melbourne. Why? Well, number one, to fix myself. Cancer broke me. I was broken, and I took a big walk as a kid, and it was a great, hopeful thing. So I decided to do it again as an adult. That's it. The other reason, I realized when I decided that I could superhero up for science. Put on a Captain Australia uniform, get a big flag, and it's Captain Australia doing the walk. That's meant to be emblematic. It's meant to be symbolic. It's meant to say, we can all superhero up. And it's just meant to help a charity. And I selected the Kids Cancer Project because no kid should have to go through the ordeal of cancer. No, it's just not on. So that's number two. And number three is, I wanted to diarise this largely for my children more than anything else, to be honest. But as conversations have started happening, I'm seeing that in me showing that I can and am fixing a life that was broken, it's helping other people that they can apply in their own lives. So that has become a priority as well. So those are the 3 goals. And now, sorry, we're going to have a look at a comment before we sign out. Can you go to the supermarket and get tea tree oil? I do have some anti-blister stuff good to go, but tea tree oil. Okay, cool. Thank you. Was stopping and talking for an hour would put you on a way behind, but it's not a race. Yeah, no, okay. You're giving yourself a few weeks. Yeah, making friends along the way is hey, I I have deprioritized human connections in my cancer, and that's a terrible thing. We are all one great big jumbled tribe, and I as I go out into the world and meet all these lovely people, it's incredibly nourishing. Old military technique: wear synthetic blend socks. Some synthetics are polyester, acrylic, and nylon versus cotton socks. Okay, I do have some seal skin, and I do think a couple of maybe synthetic socks, but I actually think most of them are cotton, so I will take that on board. I got to wash and sort of source some things. Put them in salt water when you can. Yeah, I've been walking along the ocean and dipping them, and yeah, just getting them out in the fresh air allows it to kind of clean and heal, and I've been mindful of that. When you walk in the belting rain, the boots eventually get soggy, the socks eventually get soggy, even the sealskin ones, which are meant to completely resist the water, and then before you know it, you're just walking on like skin, like you've just gotten out of the pool after swimming for 2 hours or something. So it's all wrinkly and gross, and then more prone to blisters and stuff. It's cool. Like I'm not yet a week in, and I think this is just like a process of toughening rather than a slippery slope, which will have me end with foot amputation. But we'll see how we go. Anyway, all is well. We got some more weather coming in. Jeez. Sorry, another comment. This will be a very therapeutic walk for you in more ways than one. Hiking, walking is the best therapy because you have time to think about things. That's why I hike. Also, use Compeed for blisters. I do have a blister band-aid. I don't know if it's Compeed or you already have, and use sports stripping tape to prevent them. Keep up the good work. Thumbs up. Muscles. Oh, I'm all about them muscles, mate. Donna, thank you. Cheers. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Sorry. I appreciate all the advice, and I will. It is a concern that I've got a blister, and I don't want that to become a cascading problem. So, when I get them, I do walk bootless down the beach for a bit and let my feet soak in the ocean and all of that. And I give special attention to cleaning them at the end of the day as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate your attention. I'm going to boot up because we're giving cancer the boot, and I'm going to head for Byron Bay. So I think it's a 25k march down the highway. So I'm going to leave the beach behind for a bit and just see if I can push that out. I think I'm going to dig deep and really just try and properly march it. So I'd like to say that I could get there by nightfall, have dinner in Byron Bay, and I'll say good day to you then. So all the best. Thank you again. Take care of yourself.